Hello, everybody, and welcome to Two Geeks and One Noob, where we gather friends of similar interests and maybe not so similar and discuss, joke, learn more about, and generally have fun with geek culture. Well, today we are talking about our fan casting for Marvel's X-Men overall, with maybe a little bit of other things thrown in here.
Y'all's
there's definitely
fan casting. Y'all's fan castings. I ain't got crap.
Yes, but you can at least, chime in when we're talking about it.
Sort of.
Yeah. We just kind of wanted to go through our list of X-Men characters and see who we think would be good casting for these. They may not ever come to fruition or anything like that. We obviously do not work for Marvel, so
statistically speaking, none of them will.
More than likely.
Unless I just get a wild streak with like I did with my Boba Fett predictions.
Yeah, your Star Wars predictions are uncanny.
Yeah,
but we'll see how we'll see how it goes for you with Marvel here.
We'll see how you do with the uncanny X-Men.
Oh, dadgummit.
I get it.
You missed an opportunity. I took it.
Yes, you did. Good job, my friend.
That was an opportunity David wasn't even aware was on the board.
Probably not.
I was actually. I remember the uncanny X-Men. We're good.
So I'll give a few that I've thought of over the last week, and I'll try to show you guys the pictures at least for some of them. Most of you hopefully will know who they are, but
if not, Google.
Yeah, Google's a thing.
But can we all be in agreement on one in particular?
Oh yes. Absolutely. Anna Kendrick as Squirrel Girl. Absolutely. That is number one fan casting, I think, for all of us.
That's number one fan casting for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on, Marvel, do your thing.
Hey, Marvel, listen to the fans.
Yeah.
I could totally see Ryan Reynolds doing something with her for the character in the Deadpool 3. Like, just being like, I mean, I leaked footage from Deadpool. I might as well do something here to help it out.
Yep. Very much so. That'd be awesome. Okay. So, for my first couple, I started off with Scott Summers / Cyclops. The actor Nick Robinson, and I'm trying to remember
Well, I have a casting for that character as well on my list, so once you've got what you want there, I can show mine as well.
Yeah, I'm going to try to, again, show you guys who I'm talking about, because I don't know if y'all will know.
No.
So this guy right here.
Oh, he was in Boardwalk Empire.
I don't know that for sure, but he was in Jurassic World.
Okay.
Oh, was he the older brother?
Yeah, he was the older brother.
Nice.
One of the least enjoyable characters.
So yeah, he was kind of a jerk,
Cyclops.
but
Good
yeah,
actor. Good actor, but
It's perfect for Cyclops.
yeah. I think he has a good look for it. I think he could have a good attitude for it, like kind of what you were saying, a little bit of a jerk, but at the same time, he can have some leadership qualities as well. So, yep.
I went a little bit older with my pick for Cyclops with Taron Egerton from Kingsman.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I can see it. I can
Taron.
see it.
And
His
brother for Havoc.
Oh, really? Oh, wait. So, Joel
Egerton.
Oh, okay, so you did go older. I went all young for mine because I'm really hoping for a young X-Men like
X-Men Evolution storyline?
Yeah, basically. Where it's them in high school.
I went a little older, like not quite the original X-Men movie where they were like adults teaching in the school, but
Right.
like kind of I guess more of that like in between ground where it's like kind of figuring out where they are
Yeah.
now that they're like not the high school students anymore. So it's like kind of a middle ground, I think. But like a little kind of a time period ish that we haven't seen with those characters.
Yeah,
either.
that's
so
true.
It's like something a little different, and also like since we just had the like quote unquote high school time from the Days of Future Past and the sequels to those.
Yeah.
I was just like, let's do a little bit of a different timeline, something we haven't seen in the two different trilogies we've seen with these characters already.
Yeah, that's true. I could see them going that way. But yeah, cool. My next one was for Bobby Drake, Iceman. Mm-hmm. Josh Hutcherson.
Ooh.
From the Hunger Games.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see it.
I also had Logan Lerman.
I don't know who he is.
He was from is it Maze Runner? No, not Maze Runner. Logan Lerman. Where is he? Oh, Percy Jackson. The Percy Jackson movies.
Oh, okay.
That do exist.
Wasn't he the White Devil's son in Bullet Train as well?
Yes.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
Very different character from what he was in Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
But yeah, I thought him for Iceman on that younger side, but still I guess he could kind of do a little bit older as well. But he could do that kind of cocky, ice cold dude. Almost like surfer dude kind of person in some ways, but
I could see that.
Yeah. And then the last one for him, for Iceman, I had Ansel Elgort, which is a very interesting name to say.
Sounds familiar.
Elgort. He's from The Fault in Our Stars, Divergent.
Okay. Okay, maybe. Yeah, I should potentially see that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think visually, looking at the photo, visually, I think he would probably fit the role better. But I think Logan would probably do the better job as far as acting ability.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree with that too. Where he has Ansel Elgort doesn't have quite the acting ability I think Logan does.
Right.
Also,
Though
Josh Hutcherson too.
Yeah, I think he would
do better.
I think he would do a better job on both accounts, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah,
cool. Or if you had
so. I had on my list was Candace Patton for Storm, and she played Iris in the Flash TV series.
As Storm, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I thought she fits the character well appearance-wise, and she's a great actress from what we saw in the Flash. So
yeah.
Yep.
I feel like she could really nail the character pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm still back and forth about them getting the same girl that they had in the Apocalypse come back.
She was a good actress.
She was great in the role.
She did very well.
Totally blanking on who.
Like with what I'm doing, this is basically different timeline. I'm kind of viewing Apocalypse, like Futures Past, First Class, like all of those kind of in an alternate timeline.
Yeah.
Since we already have the multiverse anyway, like kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
And I just don't, even though there were some really good casting choices for a lot of those characters, I feel like they're not going to go that route with the same actors and actresses. So that was kind of my intention of just going a little bit of a different path. And Candace Patton's a very good actress. She's already familiar with the comic book world. She shows that she has a respect for the character she plays in the comic book world with how she did Iris.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of like my leaning with her is like she fits the character appearance-wise. She fits, I think her acting style would do really well with the character. And she does have that respect for comic characters.
Yeah.
So.
Do you think she could do the African accent?
Well, I guess it depends on the version of Storm that they go with.
Yeah. I've always liked it better when they ended up giving her the accent. Like when Halle Berry, like not when Halle Berry did it, but like when they gave it to the
Alexandra Shipp, by the way.
What is it?
Alexandra Shipp
is who?
Storm. And
oh, okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. So when she did the accent, I thought was very well done.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess like it kind of depends because I've seen so many different versions where it's like either American or the accent, and like I grew up with more of that like American accent, and so that's kind of where my mindset was. And so I wasn't
from the movies or from the cartoons, because the cartoons she had
Kind of an
not
some-
from the cartoons.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she kind of had a South African Afrikaans accent to it.
Kind
Little bit.
Yeah. Yep. Trying to remember if I actually had one for Storm. Oh, I did. I didn't really know anything about this actress though.
So, I misspoke earlier. Joel Egerton isn't who I had picked for Havoc. That's who I picked for Beast.
Oh yeah.
That's far more fitting.
Yeah, that one fits better than Havoc for sure. I actually don't have a Havoc casting one here. I thought I did, but
If you want to go that way though, you could go with oh nope, that's the same guy. Never mind. But if you want to go with Beast though, Kellen Lutz, he is from I think he was in Hunger Games, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh, he was in Twilight as whatchamacallit.
you're saying he was in Twilight, like the two guys in the room know exactly what you're talking about.
But look, like he's a very like beefy guy though. Like I could see him.
So was Joel Egerton though.
Well, yeah.
And just seeing like some of the characters that he's played, I feel like he kind of has that like. I feel like he would be a good fit for Beast, just knowing some of the other characters he played and just seeing his acting range.
Yeah. I really like Kellen as an actor too. Like, just because he was in Twilight doesn't mean he's not a good actor.
I just don't have. I
have no frame of reference for him.
Exactly, I have absolutely no frame of reference. So.
All right. So my next one is Warren Worthington III / Angel. And my first pick for him would be Jackson Rathbone, who played Jasper in Twilight, which, you know. He had a couple of other roles too. He was actually a bad guy in the show. It was about a pandemic. I can't remember what it was called. It was shoot. Crap.
Was it called Pandemic?
No. Oh, The Last Ship. It was called The Last Ship. It was a show. Okay. Never mind.
Sorry, bud.
My next
Like we both have fairly extensive movie and TV knowledge, but we also very much stick to our bubbles.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, I have a very large group of bubbles. So
Did you get that checked out, mate?
So then another one for him.
I know we had planned on you just going through your list, but I actually have a pick for Angel too. So do you want to go over my pick for Angel, or just go through a few of those?
I can finish off my list for him, and then you can go.
Okay.
Because I have 3 actors for him. So the next one I had for him was Alexander Ludwig, who was also in Hunger Games.
He was one of the District 3 kids, wasn't he?
Yes, he was one of the rich kids.
Was he the one that got killed by Katniss?
Weren't they all?
Really narrows it down. I think he's the one who killed.
In particular that
what's her
stands
name
out for
from?
me.
I think he's the one who killed the little girl. Whatever.
He's been in a few different things.
Yeah,
he's
been in
Grown Ups too, as well. I think.
Yeah. I think when he was younger, I think he would have been a better pick actually, because I think now he's a little bit too bulky.
Yeah.
For Angel.
And Angel's always been kind of one of those leaner but muscular types.
And considering his power, he really
think
couldn't
Jared Leto
bulk
before
up.
he turned into Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Like Angel really couldn't bulk up considering his power.
But then my other pick for him was Timothée Chalamet,
That was my pick.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
nice. Yeah. I feel like
think that
appearance-wise, he fits the character
Yeah.
perfectly. That being said,
He'd have to be blonde,
I
but
think he will be tied up with Dune for a while. So.
more than likely.
yeah, that is true. But yeah, I think he's my top pick for him
He'd
because
be my top pick as well.
yeah, as long as he had the blonde hair, I think he would.
And y'all giving the whole commentary of now that he's a little bit bulkier, he probably couldn't. All I could think of is Bug's Life. Look at me, I'm a beautiful butterfly.
Look at me, I'm flying. Nice. Okay, so yeah, you said that was your pick for him? Okay.
Yeah, that was my pick for Angel as well.
All right, cool. We're on the same page for that one then.
Yeah.
David, did you want to do yours?
Yeah, sure. So, one, not being terribly too familiar, I was going to recommend if Marvel wants to branch out and do another live action Mary Jane Watson, just because now they're bringing in the whole multiverse here. Madeline Pesh, who's in Riverdale. I think she would be a pretty shoe-in casting for the character.
Yeah.
Just has the appearance, looks more like the actually Dan, you and I were talking beforehand. Looks more like the Insomniac game version of Mary Jane.
Yeah, she definitely had a bit more of that. From the video game, had like that facial structure and hairstyle. I could see that. But yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Did you have
So I'll
have
keep
to go
it in
more,
the,
or did you want me to keep going?
I'll keep it in the Spider-Man camp.
Oh,
I have Sydney Sweeney for either Black Cat or Gwen Stacy.
right.
I know that name.
Sydney Sweeney. We were talking about that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, she was like, when we started doing the fan casting, I straight up told you guys I'm picking one for her. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what she looks like, but
I can pull up a picture real quick. Hold on.
Yeah. Yep.
I think she could do either Black Cat or Gwen Stacy really well, and she could even be the Spider Gwen version of Gwen Stacy too.
Mm-hmm.
Like just she fits the character appearance wise very, very well.
Yeah.
Also, completely unrelated to Spider-Man, she's also who I envision for a live action Bastila Shan in Star Wars.
Ooh. Nice. Yes, very much so. Yes.
Yeah, I think she could fit any of those characters very well.
Yeah. Cool. I like it. She's got a good look for it. I'm trying to remember if I've seen her in anything.
Probably not.
No. Okay, because she looks familiar.
She's been in a lot of advertisements, but most of the shows she's been in are very much out of our wheelhouse. She was in like the movie Voyeur. She was in Euphoria, stuff like that. So it's like the things she's actually been in are not something that any of us want.
Right.
But she has been in a lot. She's kind of one that's just like really taken off.
Yeah.
Over the last few years.
Nice. Okay. Cool. You got another one?
Another one I had was Naomi Scott for Spider-Woman.
Ooh. We were trying to look for someone for Naomi Scott too. We were all like, oh, she'd be good for something. She's really good.
That was actually one I came up with when we were talking about it a few weeks ago, and I kept that one under the sleeve.
Nice. Yeah. Spider-Woman. That's really good.
I think she would fit that character very well.
So the like the Jessica Drew version, right? Yeah. Nice.
Because she's got like the black hair that fits the character, so wouldn't even have to change anything there. Her acting prowess is phenomenal.
Yeah.
She's a great actress. Like everything she's been in, she's been very good. Even if the movie itself wasn't good, she was good.
Yeah.
So like, and she just fits the character really well. I think. So
it's funny too because one of the movies I really like her in is an old Disney movie, Lemonade Mouth. such a good movie. I don't know why, but it just hits something for me.
Is that sweet and savory spot for you?
Yes.
I really liked her in Power Rangers. Like, I thought
Right,
that movie was
yeah.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, I
and
like
she
that
was
one.
great in that movie. I thought she just absolutely crushed it
Yeah.
for Kimberly. So
I really wish they had another movie for that.
if it had done better in the box office,
Yeah.
they would have. But like, even though the casting was actually really
It was
good, across
really
the
good.
board, like I don't have any complaints about any of the casting choices.
Yeah,
They
even-
were all done really well.
Yeah, even the villain,
Yeah,
wasn't
like,
it oh shoot, what's her name? I'm having a major brain fart today. Didn't she play Hella?
No, different actress.
Who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of dadgummit. Resident Evil. Help me out.
It was Elizabeth Banks that played
Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah.
That's right.
Rita.
That's
Repulsa in
right.
Power
Yep,
Rangers.
yep.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking. Okay, yeah, I was still thinking who played Hella.
That was
Kate
was that Beckinsale?
Kate. No, not Beckinsale. Blanchett.
Was it? I thought it was what's her name?
yeah, it was Kate Blanchett.
I thought it was Jovovich, but okay.
Nope.
Oh no,
No.
yeah.
Mila.
Yeah.
That was Mila.
No.
Oh, I'm thinking the Hellboy reboot. Never mind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bismillah. Oh, sorry. What?
So yeah, those were my. I think those. I have maybe one other Spider-Man pick, but the rest of them are all X-Men.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was say all of mine are X-Men. So.
Do you want me to knock out my last Spider-Man?
Yeah,
one
sure.
now?
Go ahead.
Okay. So I picked for Eddie Brock / Venom in this Marvel universe.
Non-Sony Marvel.
Jensen Ackles.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh,
I like
would
that
be
one
really
a lot.
good.
Yeah.
That one.
I thought he would be a really fun choice for
Yeah.
Eddie Brock. Especially after seeing landed on my foot. Especially after seeing how he played Soldier Boy in The
Yeah.
Boys. Like I think he could
He
and
could pull it
also
off.
has a respect for the comic book world
Yep.
anyway. So
He has a respect for geekdom in general. So
Well, because he is one, and he doesn't hide it
Yeah.
at all.
yeah, that's what I like about.
I think
those
he
two
could
guys.
make a nice contrast to the Sony Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Eddie Brock,
Yep.
where it's like he's more of a good guy that's like Venom. He's kind of like working with Venom to get the outcomes that he wants that kind of benefits both of them. Whereas I think Jensen Ackles, if he wanted to just do the off his rocker Eddie Brock with Venom,
Anything's better than Topher Grace.
Yeah,
that's a low bar.
yeah.
That's why I said anything.
Admittedly, Topher Grace he's a good actor,
Yeah, for
but
comedy.
that was not his role at all.
not at all. Granted, I will say
He was probably the most redeemable part of that movie.
no, I can't say that. But I was gonna say, granted, it was the
Didn't
same
even get
issue.
The appearance of Venom, right? Like,
Yeah, it was the same issue for Andrew Garfield's Goblin, though.
True. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
similar kind of thing where like they just
Good
didn't
actor
get
just
that
didn't fit
right.
that role,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, I'm.
they were
right
all
there
messing with
you.
their teeth too much.
Right there with you.
It's like, come on, get the
So-
either the CGI going or the makeup right.
so I will say, on the note of supernatural actors, Misha Collins would be a good shoe-in for playing John Constantine.
Mm,
I know it's DC, but still.
yeah, it's okay. We can branch out a little for you, David.
Oh, thank you. Now, granted, that would pointedly typecast him, but
Yeah. All right. So since we went into DC a little bit, I will give one of my picks for DC, if you guys don't mind.
you'll entertain me on it.
So for Zatanna, I had talked to you guys about this before. Alexandra Daddario, I think
Yes.
would be amazing as
Yes.
Zatanna.
And yeah,
Yeah, she's already given.
she has
all
the look.
the
She's got the acting chops.
yeah
And honestly, I'd be more curious to see how she would play it.
yeah
If she play the more dead serious, like Young Justice Zatanna, or we would see more of the playful Crisis on Multiple Earths Zatanna.
Yeah. I could see it going either way for her though.
Exactly.
Because she has that like almost comedy like side of her where she can pull out some of those jokes and those like quips and stuff like that. But then you see her in stuff like honestly, even like Baywatch. Like she was a bit more on the serious side with some comedy. And yeah, she was in Baywatch with Zac Efron and The Rock.
The remake.
The remake, yeah.
I like Alexandra Daddario. I think the acting range might be the potential holdback. Because while she does well with certain roles, there's other roles that's just like,
yeah,
kind of miss the mark. Like, again, good actress. I just think she doesn't I guess it's the range. That would be my one thing. Is like, okay, would she be able to get the range that she would need for the character?
Yeah.
But,
guess we'd have to see.
I enjoy it. I enjoy her in whatever movie she's in that I've seen. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, that would be my one thing. Is just like, is the range there?
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. All right. So I have a weird one for you. Something I don't think you guys would expect me to say about this one. So Jean Grey / Phoenix, if you want to call her that. Georgie Henley. She played Lucy in Chronicles of Narnia.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to look that one up because I'm sorry. you make that tie, and all I can think of is
the little girl,
Little Lucy.
Yeah,
and that's including the later movie that they did. So yeah,
a little older. Like she's got a bit more.
She still almost looks too young, which like that's not her fault. Like she was given good genes. So she'll be thankful for that later. But
yeah,
she still looks just a tad too young.
That's yeah.
I'm with Caleb on that one. I mean, I could see it, but at the same time, they would have to do the right storyline for her to fit.
Right. Yeah. Again, I was kind of going that younger route of high school age X-Men, but like I can see why you'd be against, not against it, but like
hesitant.
It's not my first pick. Yeah. Like absolutely nothing against the actress by any means.
She does a fantastic job. I don't think she's been in too much since.
Yeah.
No, I think she's been in a couple things, but I think mostly like stuff that, again, we wouldn't watch necessarily.
Gotcha.
But
a pick that I have on my list, I went with Alexander Skarsgård for Magneto.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm for it.
I think he could do a really good job with the
character,
personally.
I think so too.
Yep.
All right, so here's a question about that. Just thinking about some of the storyline with Magneto in the comic books and stuff, where he's Magneto for a long time, and then like he loses his memory and becomes Joseph.
Yep.
Do you think he could do that transition pretty well? Because I think I was thinking
good
yes.
actor. I think he'd be able to pull that transition off
very well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too.
I don't think he'd have any trouble pulling off that transition.
Because I'd like to see that in a movie of like Magneto being like who he is, and then all of a sudden like something happens where he loses memory and he becomes this whole different person with the same powers and stuff.
What you're describing sounds like it could fit within House of M.
Yeah.
The only downside to House of M is they've effectively written Scarlet Witch out of the story.
I don't think she's done.
She could survive. Elizabeth Olsen has been fairly open about like saying like I'm gonna walk away for a while.
Really?
So,
yeah.
Like
she has.
Interesting.
Well, again, they've brought in the multiverse. So,
but she played that same character in multiple universes.
True.
Doesn't mean it is always the same person.
They could do the multiverse where it's the actual mutant version of Wanda. So they'd have to do a different casting for that if they went that route. But like, I don't know. Like I don't see them especially not this soon, replacing a character that was such a key figure in the MCU.
True.
Especially with someone like Elizabeth Olsen, who ended when she
For all intents and purposes was a pretty heavy hitter for the role.
right heavy hitter for the role. She ended on good terms, like no issues. Hasn't been talking smack about Marvel or Disney or anything after leaving. Like I don't see them saying, "Okay, thanks for everything you did. We're recasting your character." Bye. Like So like that would have to be.
This is Disney.
Yeah.
But no, I don't see it.
Yeah.
Who knows? They may just try to bring her back in some way, but like I'm not as convinced that she's coming back anytime soon as you guys are. Yeah. Y'all both seem to be far more convinced about that than I am. But
I think she's played too big of a role, and her phasing out of the MCU was a little too abrupt. Yeah.
If she does come back, it's not going to be for a while. Especially with the other storylines that they're building up with the Young Justice and Kang and all of the other stuff they're working on.
Young Justice is DC.
Or not. Young Avengers.
Young Avengers.
Yeah, Young Avengers, Kang, the Skrulls, Secret Invasion stuff. I don't see Wanda being present for a while. Unless they try to make it out that version that went off her rocker, Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, was a Skrull that just got tainted by her powers and stuff.
I could
see them doing that, because it's like if a Skrull is, because I mean that is the Secret Invasion storyline, despite what the people are saying about certain things that happened in Secret Invasion TV show. Like the Skrulls were replacing heroes on Earth, heroes and villains on Earth for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
So it is very possible, and even with like getting hands on the Darkhold, like maybe that just the Skrull just couldn't handle it because it wasn't their powers that they were actually like born with and natural to. So like I don't know, they could go that route. I am not convinced.
That's right, because it is a genetic thing, not just a learned thing. You're right. Okay.
Well, she was experimented on in the MCU.
Okay.
So she's not a mutant that got it through genetics. In the MCU, she was experimented on by Hydra in Sokovia?
Yeah.
And in Sokovia. Same thing with Quicksilver. So like I don't know, like I don't know. Like that's just
it's such a hard choice too, because like a hard decision to make, because it's like there's so many different routes that they took to put these characters in so that they could put them in. And now that they actually have the rights to the X-Men and the mutants and all that, it's like, well, now what do we do with these characters who are supposed to be mutants? And
I think they're gonna bring in the core X-Men and mutant crew, but like characters like Wanda, I don't think we'll see anytime soon. So, but Alexander Skarsgård for Magneto, I think would be an interesting one, and he's another one that I have for a spinoff for a Star Wars character. I picked him for Darth Malak, and so he and I can pull up that character for you, Dan.
Honestly, I could see him as Thrawn as well.
Got a cast
I know, but I could have seen him as Thrawn as well.
He would have been done pretty well on that one, actually.
Yeah.
Trying to find a good picture of Malak.
Oh geez. Oh yeah, the okay.
Pretty imposing character in the Star Wars universe. So
he was in Knights of the Old Republic.
Yep.
So it's like I think Alexander Skarsgård would play the character well because he's got that like imposing figure. Like he's a big dude.
Oh yeah.
Like, he could. Pull
Y'all
off
saw Tarzan.
Yep.
Like, dang. Probably, in my opinion, the best live action Disney adaptation.
Yep.
And he was friggin'. He had muscles on his muscles in that movie. So I think he would be really good with both Magneto and with Darth Malak in Star Wars.
Yeah. So I'm curious. Now that you've mentioned Magneto, who would y'all pick for a recast of Xavier?
I have
Patrick Stewart.
I have an interesting pick for that one.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all will agree with me, but I think it would be really interesting, and I think it could be done well.
Okay.
McAvoy again?
Ewan McGregor?
Very interesting.
I do think he would have to, like, It's one of those. It's like I can both see it and don't see it.
Yeah.
Because we obviously all of us are fans of Ewan McGregor. Just overall.
Obviously, yeah.
But like I said, it's an interesting pick. But I think it could work.
Just bring in Obi-2, he'll do it.
Especially with opposite Skarsgård. I think
Yeah,
those two would work well together.
Dang, that is a very, very interesting one.
I'm gonna have to think on that one.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm trying to like picture him like bald and like I don't know. That's so strange.
I'm sure there's a photo of him with a shaved head.
You know, it's a good random fan casting choice when it completely stumps the other two nerds in the room.
It does. It really does. Because I love Ewan McGregor. I think he's such a great actor. But for Charles Xavier, like,
I think
it's such a classic character.
Yeah.
And it's been cast so well in the past.
Yeah.
It's so hard to see it, but I tend to agree.
Yeah.
Is he? Yeah. Okay. Looking at Ewan McGregor bald.
It's a weird feeling.
I have confidence in his acting ability. Because his acting ability was like one of two positive things in the Kenobi show. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dang. That is crazy. Okay.
I knew that one would stump you guys, but I stand by it.
That one threw me off a little bit. Yep.
Yeah.
But I stand by it.
Yeah.
I like that pick. I would have fun with that pick personally.
Okay.
Just see this baffled look on David's face.
Yeah.
I'm happy with at least one casting choice stumping both of you guys. I'm good with that. Mission accomplished, I think.
All right, so I'll I have a few here that I can pull up here. So for where'd we go? Okay, so I actually had some for Havoc as well. For Alex Summers Havoc, Sterling Knight. He was actually in the old Wizards of Waverly Place show. Okay. He's been in a bunch of other stuff, but I haven't seen a whole lot. But from what I've seen, he's a decent actor. He's on the younger side, but he's not like super, super young. But I thought he had a decent look for Havoc.
Yeah, he would work well. He would actually work pretty well as Havoc with my Taron Egerton casting pick for Cyclops.
Yep, I like that as well. I also had Colin Ford for him as well. He was in We Bought a Zoo. He was the son of Matt Damon's. Matt Damon. Like I think he's a great actor as well.
Yeah.
He has some range.
Yeah, that could work.
And he's a little older now, so I think he could fit in that range of it as well. For Lorna Dane, Polaris, I had a couple of interesting ones. Sophia Lillis, she plays the druid in the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Okay.
I think again she showed some acting chops in that one as well. I haven't seen her in a whole lot other than that, but I think she also has that a good look for that.
Yeah, she really endeared herself in that one.
Actually,
she also in owlbeared herself, flied herself.
I actually have a Polaris pick as well. So,
Okay.
yeah. If do you have other ones?
I have one other one for Lorna, but this one might get me in trouble. Daisy Ridley.
I could see it, save the fact that she's already in the X-Men universe.
No, she's not. She's in Star Wars.
She's not in.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking, dadgummit. Maisie. Thinking Maisie
Oh,
Williams.
yeah.
I'm thinking Maisie Williams. Never mind.
Yep, she played Ron
Yeah.
Sinclair in the New Mutants. Yep.
Daisy Ridley would be an interesting choice for that one.
Yeah, I actually have her as a couple of different people.
I've only
in
seen
this.
her in Star Wars, and while like I didn't like the way the character was written, I didn't have an issue with Daisy's portrayal of the character.
Right. I
In
thought
fact,
she did.
Her acting was
Yeah.
frankly what made the character endearing, somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would agree. Yeah, I don't have it. I like that one. That's not bad.
I also have her as Mystique, but that one's a.
I think she would be a better choice for Mystique over.
I will be.
You think so?
Firmly sticking with my pick for Mystique.
Okay.
Okay.
But my pick for Polaris was Kaya Scodelario.
I do not know this one. Okay.
Okay. Oh. She was.
She was in the Maze Runner movie.
Yeah, the Maze Runner. Yep. Okay. And you said for Mystique
No,
or
that was for Polaris.
Polaris? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I could see that. Definitely. Yeah, especially if. Oh man, that would be an interesting thing too, because technically she's Wanda and
Cosmo.
what?
Oh, sorry.
Wanda and Pietro's sister. She has a similar look to Elizabeth Olsen.
I think what they could do that would be really interesting is if she and Magneto came from another universe and saw that their family in this universe had been killed.
Yeah. That's what I was literally just thinking. I was like, man, that'd be so cool.
So like that'd be their motivation of being like, you should have protected our family.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I think that could be really interesting.
Yeah. Also, seeing her with green hair would be interesting.
Seeing anyone with green hair would be interesting.
Well, yeah. Some people can pull it off.
2023. We see it far too frequently enough.
Okay. So, I also have Kitty Pryde, Shadowcat. I also have Sophia Lillis for that as well. I think she could pull that one off pretty well as well. But my next one for her would be Cameron Bikendova. Bikendova. She plays Catwoman in the Gotham series.
Yep. I think she would be the better choice personally.
She's a good actress, so
Yeah.
I could see her doing well with the character.
Yeah. I thought that would be pretty good. And then for Emma Frost and Emma Frost White Queen, I actually have Lily Reinhardt.
Yes. Just yes.
Went a different direction than I went with White Queen, but nothing wrong with that. It's a good pick.
Again, kind of that younger version, but like not too young, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
And I figured since you have White Queen picked out, you might want to go for that one.
Yeah. So my pick for White Queen, a little bit of a different direction than what you went, but I went with Gemma Arterton. She was the princess from Prince of Persia. She was in the Hansel and Gretel live action with Jeremy Renner. She was.
Wasn't she also the sister in Chuck?
No.
No, who am I thinking of? Very similar look about the.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, well,
I
whatever.
haven't seen Chuck, so I can't. I don't remember very much about it. But she was also. I think it was Polly in the Kingsman prequel.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, like she's good actress, very good range. Does not get the appreciation she deserves.
No, she does not. As I unfortunately just proved.
So yeah, that was my pick for White Queen.
Okay, cool.
I remember if you guys remember this. I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but I've been fan casting her for different characters for years. She was my original Scarlet Witch before they ever cast.
Oh,
Elizabeth
really?
Olsen. Yeah.
Wow.
So I've been trying to just think of ways that she could fit in the MCU for a long time.
She almost. I think
That's
she could.
similar.
Oh, okay. I think she could also pull off Mystique in some ways.
I still stand by my Mystique cast.
Oh, have you said your Mystique one
No,
yet?
he has not.
Okay. Go ahead.
He says expectantly, so go ahead, so we can slam this.
My Mystique choice is Ana de Armas.
Okay.
Yep, I can see it. Yep, yep.
Your two faves.
I think all three of us could be pretty on the ball with that one.
Somewhat. Like, I don't think she's one of my favorites necessarily, but I think she's good. Definitely.
Yeah, she's a great actress.
Especially seeing like the range of characters that she's done with everything. Like, she is one of those actresses that's like every character she does is a little different.
Yeah.
She has been very smart about not getting typecast.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so it's been a very different range
Which
that
is
she's been portrayed.
a really good thing for Mystique because
Exactly.
a lot
She
of
has
range.
basically been a Mystique in the acting world
Yep.
already.
Yeah.
I actually think that they may actually introduce Mystique in Secret Invasion.
No, they did not.
No, I think they might.
No, Secret
did not.
Invasion is he's finished the show, so he would know. No,
It's a show.
yeah.
They're leading up to Secret Wars, I think. Right?
No.
Yeah.
There are episodes left, aren't there?
No. There's only
they're
six.
done.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Then I recant. Sorry, I thought most of the
Going up
streaming shows
against
were
Marvel guy, dude.
I know.
Even I knew it was finished, and I haven't watched new Marvel content in a hot minute. But yeah, Ana de Armas. Yeah, that's
Do it, Marvel. Do it.
That's why I stand so firmly by that. Because, like I said, with the range she's shown in her acting, she's already been the Mystique of Hollywood.
Yep.
And she pretty consistently just seems like she's enjoying the roles and fairly particular with the roles she picks. And so it's like she may not even want to be in the MCU, which I mean, like, couldn't necessarily blame her because that's a massive universe to try and dive into for anybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I firmly stand by her as Mystique.
Yeah.
And no one will convince me otherwise.
Nice. So, for Robert DaCosta / Sunspot, I have Tyler Posey. He was
I don't know the character actually.
he was in the New Mutants. I thought you saw it.
No,
How did you know that Maisie Williams played Ron Sinclair then?
because she was in the bulk of all the advertising.
Fine. Okay. Anyway, so
I can see that actually, yeah.
So Sunspot is a character who absorbs the sun and basically becomes a flying heat source. And so Tyler Posey, he was in the show Teen Wolf. I'm not sure if he's been in much else, but I think he definitely has the look for it. I think he has some really good acting chops for it. I think he's got a decent amount of range that he could play superhero. I mean, playing Teen Wolf, turning into a wolf, he could.
I personally have never seen him in anything. He does fit the character very well, though.
Yeah.
Visually, yeah.
I thought so. On to my next one for Amara Aguila or Magma. Do you guys know? I think you would know from watching Evolution.
Yeah.
Magma was the one that could control the magma.
One of the cartoons? Or
Yeah,
cartoons,
Evolution
yeah.
was the cartoon. Yeah,
That's
it was the high school era.
I watched that one. I don't remember Magma.
It was in, I think,
She was
one of
towards the
the
end of it.
second season or third season.
I've also only seen it once, and I haven't watched it since I was a kid. So
Okay.
I'm sure I remember very clearly Gambit throwing an exploding pencil at a tree.
That's awesome.
All right, so you won't necessarily know this one too well, but David, I was going for
Ooh,
this girl who plays Moana, the voice of Moana.
Okay.
I think she fits the look very well. I don't know a ton about the character other than from X-Men Evolution, but I think that this
yeah.
Okay.
fits pretty dang well.
I could see it.
What's that?
I could see
Awuli.
Awili.
Yeah, I think she'll be really good for it.
Awili. Awili.
Okay.
I can see it. Looking at
Aulii
these-
Cravalho.
Looking at these pictures of the comic book character, I could see it. That
Yeah, I
looks
suppose I
pretty
should have
solid.
said the name before.
Yeah, it might have been helpful.
Sorry. I did say that she played Moana, though.
What do you friggin' do? Now everyone the pictures her as a CGI character.
Yep.
But hey, I mean, it worked for Green Lantern.
Yep.
Did it though?
I didn't say it sold. I said it worked.
Did it though?
I mean, who could forget the role of course I forget it.
That's even Karma saying, no, I don't have your back for this one.
The big dude, played by Michael Clark Duncan.
Oh, Colossus.
What?
No.
I have no clue what you're talking about, bud.
Green Lantern, the big dude.
Oh, I don't remember the character's name. But
It was a weird name. It was an alien name, but anyway,
I wish he was still alive so they could cast him as Cobra Bubbles in the live action Lilo and Stitch.
agreed. Very much agreed.
Rest
he
in peace,
was
you
a
glorious bastard.
fantastic Kingpin too.
Yes, he was.
Yep. Okay. So I'm going a little different on this one. Tabitha Smith, Boom Boom. Brittany Snow. A little bit older, but very much very much on that like kind of ditzy blonde like
Has the look. Ish.
yeah.
That's an interesting one.
Eh?
What has
Yeah.
she been in? I'm not.
She's been in Pitch Perfect. She's been
there it is.
in
Okay.
yeah.
No,
Yep.
I see it now.
Yep. That was the one thing you needed.
That was all I needed.
Speaking of
That's all I
typecasting,
needed.
bless her heart.
No, that's just.
Oh, she's
that's
so
what
great
I'm
in that,
familiar
though.
with her from.
I know,
Yeah.
but I mean, anyway.
But yeah, I think she would do pretty well as that. Like
That would be an interesting one.
Yep.
I think just seeing her in an action
It would
Film
be a
might be
really
interesting.
Different role.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
Her, yeah, because like she really hasn't done anything like that. So
yeah.
I think it would. I think she could do well with it because she's shown that she's a really good actress. So I do think that one would be an interesting one. Like, I think it kind of sounds like you have a similar thought to what I said with one of your earlier picks. Is like, okay, is the range there?
Yeah. Yeah, the range for superhero work it's a tricky one, but I think if they do it right.
Yeah,
then-
it's that you have to strike that balance between grounded and bombastic.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. And again, it could be that similar thing with like Anna Kendrick as Squirrel Girl. Like
right. Where the
she
character's
hasn't
already just, woo!
yeah, she's quirky, she's funny, and we've seen Anna Kendrick do a little bit of action here and there.
Yeah.
In like Mr. Right,
Right,
and stuff like that.
Honestly, I think the end scene of Mr. Right is what got everyone's hopes up for that casting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like she can do it, and I think with Brittany Snow, like yeah, you might have to do a little bit of CGI or whatever, or stunt work or whatever. But I think the acting chops are there.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
What was my next one? Oh, actually, for the same character, for Boom Boom, Maya Hawke. She was in Stranger Things.
She the punk.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Again, kind of that quirky,
I feel like
ditzy blonde.
The first pick fits it a little bit.
Yeah,
yeah,
agreed.
Definitely.
Nothing against this actress
Maya's.
at all.
I mean, she's got the look for it, but
I think she has. I think the look is. I think what does
I think
it
the
for
look
me.
is what
though.
does it. But yeah, I think her acting ability lends itself to being more of a serious role.
Tomboyish kind
Yeah.
of. Yeah,
Whereas Boom
which Boom Boom can be that way.
She can be. It depends on the storyline, but typically she's more of a girly girl.
Yeah. In Evolution, she wasn't though.
No, but that was one of the few.
Yeah.
Usually she's more like Oh, dadgummit. In Big Hero 6, the chemist.
You think so?
I think so. She leans a little bit more that direction than Go-Go.
Okay. Well, not Go-Go. Or wait.
Yes. She leans more the direction of the chemist than she does Go-Go.
Oh, right.
As far
okay.
as,
Gotcha.
like, personality.
Yeah. Okay.
And yes, I realize that's pointedly a very two-dimensional plane for a character, but not what I mean.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand where you're coming from.
Though, actually, that does bring to mind, I can't think of the name off the top of my head. Dadgummit. From iZombie.
Oh,
She might be a little too old for the role now, but no, she'd still be good for it.
That's not Kristen Bell, is it?
No. Not Kristen Bell.
I'm thinking of like Buffy or no, not Buffy.
Still
Buffy.
wrong.
I don't know why I said Buffy. Oh gosh, what is the name of that show? With Kristen Bell, she plays like a like an investigator.
Veronica Mars.
Veronica Mars, thank you. Vastly different show.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Rose MacGyver. I could see Rose MacGyver playing Boom Boom as well.
Picture?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay.
A little bit. She might be a little on the older side, but for the character. But
yeah. Honestly,
anyway.
if it were 20 years ago, I could see what's her name? That played Chloe in Smallville
yes,
as Boom Boom.
yes,
Allison Mack. That's right.
yeah.
All right, I'll say two more and then I'll let you finish yours. So for Laura Kinney / X-23, I think they should keep, and since they're bringing Logan back into the MCU, they should keep Daphne Keane.
Yes, absolutely.
I think she did that phenomenally well.
Yep.
Even as that young actress, like, she just blew that out of the water.
Did a very good job with that character.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
And just, I want to see where it goes.
This version of Wolverine, like, they kind of have to keep her. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think timelines are going to get a little muddy because we saw Old Man Logan.
I think it's
her,
going to come
and
back.
Now we're seeing a younger version of Logan. So,
Yeah.
like, I think that's where it's going to get kind of tricky.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think they could.
But I guess they could explain that with Deadpool having done all the time skipping and universe stuff at the end of the second movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could easily bring her in from Old Man Logan and be like, here's your heart in your hand.
I really want them to
I want that line now.
I really want them to still have one of the figures from the Old Man Logan thing.
Oh, yeah.
And Hugh Jackman's Wolverine to look at them and be like,
What the heck? What does that happen?
this guy looks kind of screwed.
Looks like a tree trunk.
That'd be awesome. I am so freaking looking forward to that movie. I can't wait. But my last one for now is Clarice Ferguson / Blink. Not Rowan Atkinson.
You went real different with that bit, didn't you?
I think he is a little old.
Gotta love that gender bending.
Man, you went real different with that casting choice, my friend.
No.
Well, way to spill the beans on the geriatric edition.
I thought I had some interesting picks on my list.
Not Rowan Atkinson. Rowan Blanchard. Oh my word.
I could see her playing Blink. I think she would do a really good job, and she's a very good actress.
Yeah.
too, so.
I really liked her in Girl Meets World. I think she.
I will say, like, I went into that show very low expectations, and she was one of the things
She
that
kinda
completely
stole it.
changed
Yeah.
my perspective on it.
Same here.
She kind of stole the show. I mean, frankly, that's how it should have been. But I mean, she did a phenomenal job, and I think that was her first major role too.
Yeah. And considering like the whole intention was for her to pick up the Corey Matthews mantle,
She
did
it.
a phenomenal job with it.
She really,
As someone
really
who
did.
grew up on Boy Meets World, she took that torch and ran.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, she really did.
very much so.
Before they could even say run that way, she was already just gone.
She was at the finish line already.
Yep.
She was like, "That's cute. I win."
I will say, my only concern with that, considering what she is now known for,
hmm
she may have the same mentality that those actors have of just, I did it because it was a job and it was fun.
Mm. Yeah, I mean that would have to be for any actor and actress though. It's like the especially young actors.
Well, more in the sense of, I don't want this to be my life.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I'd be concerned with her, is she would turn it down simply because of that, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, her choice, respectable choice. But
Like, are you talking about like
she's
MCU?
so new in her, yes,
Like,
exactly. Because
Yeah.
if she goes into MCU, she's in it for a while.
Yeah. That's very true.
Well, I guess it's not entirely the case, because, I mean, Quicksilver.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it really depends on how things go with X-Men. Is like, are they going to make multiple movies like they have, or are they going to do it more like the Avengers where it's like, okay, let's focus on a character or two here and there.
If they
Right.
Bring it. Well, that's the thing with like the X-Men world. They can't really just start with a few characters.
Yeah.
They have to have a decent number of characters to start with and really build those characters up, and they would kind of expand or change the cast as they go. Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing with X-Men. It's not like they can't. I mean, they could do a standalone Cyclops movie or a standalone Jean Grey movie or something like that, but like, are those characters that people would go see by themselves?
That's
Team
the thing.
dynamic is the thing with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the biggest thing I think right now for Marvel, especially with X-Men, is because Avengers was very much able to do that, where they could do singular things because they were such strong characters. Whereas X-Men, it's X-Men. It's not just Cyclops. It's not just Jean Grey.
I feel like if they go that route, they're going to have the X-Men movies and the Avengers movies with the occasional crossover.
Yeah.
Mashup. Like,
Yeah.
They're very much.
It would effectively
going
be
to
two parallel franchises.
in effect. Yeah.
Well, I'm not entirely sure on that one. I mean, yes, there's going to have to be mostly collaboration. I think this would kind of be the inverse of the typical MCU that we see now, where it's a lot of the standalone films and then the collaboration movie.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be the reverse, where it's the collaboration, fallout, standalone, collaboration.
I'm not convinced.
I think it fits the storyline better for X-Men, because Gambit frequently is on his own. Rogue goes on her own frequently, even despite Gambit.
Those are two.
We've already seen it with
Characters.
Logan.
That's also so we're three characters.
That's kind of my point.
Group
That's kind of my point.
I
We'd
don't-
have the occasional spin-off.
for those three characters. Sure.
There are others.
As a whole, the X-Men are a team. And
Yes,
that's
they
always
are.
how
Yeah.
they were written. And like I think we would see a lot of X-Men movies with
Yes.
the occasional spin-off for a Logan or a Rogue or a Gambit.
That's basically what he's
But-
saying.
That's
though.
exactly what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
like I don't know that I feel like they would have to do a lot more before they could get to that point.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, I think the standalone idea could work is more in telling about the individual characters of the Brotherhood.
Mm.
And since we already know Disney's into the whole, hey, sympathy for the devil storyline, I think that might be more in their wheelhouse to do.
See, I think they
And it
could
would
do that with.
probably do well.
I think they could do that with Gambit. Excuse me. With Gambit a lot too, though.
True. But Gambit's also, he's somewhere between anti-hero and hero.
Yeah, because he grew like again. I think I've gone through this in our previous episodes before. Is like he's very much he's a thief. He's a like he was in love with an assassin. Like,
Yeah.
like there's this whole backstory with him that they could very much get into in a solo film where like it covers all of that.
Yeah.
And then bringing him into the X-Men, I think that could work. I think I see what he's saying overall is like, yes, X-Men is very much group film, and then bring in those
Side stories to fill in why someone made choices they made with the group when it didn't make sense because they were with the group.
Right.
Yeah. That's more what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Does that track?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I definitely see your point, though. It's going to be a hard fit, and they are going to have to build.
Because like I feel like it's almost going to be like an Eternals thing where they have to do the big movie, introduce all the characters, do it better than the Eternals, and actually build up those characters and write the story. And I think it's going to have to be a build up, and it's going to be something where we may see 2 or 3 X-Men movies or big stories that eventually brings them into that Marvel universe. Because I don't think, unless they did it with the Secret Invasion, but like there's just too much storytelling to bring in those characters and make it make sense. For
Secret Wars you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think Secret Wars would be probably the best way to bring them in, though, because the X-Men were so far,
though
in the secret.
I just had a thought. So what if after Secret War, everything's settling down, they're thinking, okay, we're in a good spot. We just beat another big bad. And
then have a mutant reveal.
I'm thinking they show... what is the island that Magneto rules in the comics?
Oh, dadgummit.
Genosha?
Yeah.
It's like that would be the end credit scene, just seeing like the floating Genosha rolling in and Magneto and his crew just standing there on the edge of the island looking down. It's like, we've been pushed around for too long. And we were impacted by this war and no one helped us.
Yeah. Or that even by the blip, too. Like, them being completely, like, devastated by disappearing. And then all of a sudden they come back and it's just like, okay, what happened?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had this hilarious idea of someone from the blip reappearing, but Genosha has moved.
that could be really interesting, I think. Like rolling in and like Magneto and his crew could be like, because like Magneto is on that scale, and if he has an army of angry mutants, like,
that's an Avengers level threat.
I'm here for it. And it would give good story reason to bring the X-Men into the storyline
instead of just introducing them and saying they're here now.
Yeah.
But that would also be a shoe-in for the actual X-Force, not just the tad bit derivative one.
That would be interesting too, because it's like Magneto, like the way that they would actually have to introduce the X-Men, because obviously Magneto wouldn't be rolling in with Charles Xavier to wipe out the Avengers. Like, Xavier would never be on board with that, and so like finding the story way to.
But I was gonna say that's where the Secret Wars come in, though, is because they are very incognito of like as far as we know, the mutants don't exist. And they've been secret this whole time, maybe doing some vigilante stuff here and there that nobody knows about. And they've been very good about being secret. And then the Secret Wars come around.
So here's my only concern. I get what you're saying, and I like the idea. My concern is if they try to just do the Secret War and then bam, here's a bunch of X-Men, it's going to be the Eternals all over again. Where it's just a bunch of characters like, okay, why do I care about them?
Yeah.
What's the story? Why are they here? What have you done to build these characters up? That's my concern.
I think the difference is that X-Men are more beloved characters, so we wouldn't necessarily need it.
But it would still feel like they were being shoehorned into the story.
Yes. I fully agree.
Yes. And that's why I'm not as on board with the Secret War thing, because I feel like there's too much to do to introduce them.
Yeah.
And we're already seeing they're bringing in Fantastic Four, they're bringing in all of these other stories leading up to Secret Wars. If they do the Fantastic Four and then they're also like, oh, by the way, X-Men.
Yeah. That's why I think Deadpool...
I think they'll probably do the Immortals before they do...
I think
Inhumans.
Deadpool. I think they're going to do more with Eternals because with the way that the last movie was set up, and like, well,
I do think that there's some more that they can do with it.
There's a lot of potential there. While I'm not a fan of the movie itself, I thought it was terrible. There's a lot that they can do with those characters.
Yeah,
still.
I agree.
Okay.
I do think that the more perfect way to introduce the X-Men is through Deadpool, though.
Yes.
That's
I think
wholeheartedly agree.
I mean,
yeah.
that's
kind of
really
what's happening in
the avenue
Deadpool
of
3.
making the X-Men part of this universe.
Yeah.
That they're doing. It's like, so I trust Ryan Reynolds. He's done a great job with the first two movies, so I'm on board either way. But it's going to be very interesting to see if they use that as their avenue to bring the X-Men.
Yeah, the launching point, basically.
I'm hoping they do for many reasons. One, it makes sense.
It does make sense.
But two, it allows them to have their own room to breathe apart from the Avengers.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the Deadpool version of Colossus in the MCU? Such a fun version of Colossus.
Yeah.
Just him charging in, ready to fight.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Could you imagine
And
him
Hulk would just
charging
be confused. Hang on, we already got rid of the Russian.
It's like him just charging in. It's like ready to fight, and someone just looks at Peter's like, "You're gonna help him?" He's like, "I'm not getting in his way."
Hang on, which Peter?
Tom Holland's Peter.
Oh, I thought you meant
Spider-Man.
X-Force Peter. Okay.
That Peter. Oh no, he. Yeah.
Yep.
Never mind. You're right. Yeah, never mind.
He lived. Go, fly, you're too precious.
He needs to take over the Stan Lee cameos.
Oh my god.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
It's either him or the guy from the other Spider-Man movies. The
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the guy who was everybody.
Yeah.
He was the movie theater guy. He was the in
Multiverse of Madness?
Multiverse of Madness. He was the guy selling hot dogs.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Bruce Campbell.
Yes,
Yeah.
Bruce
Yeah.
Campbell. I think he could easily be one of the Stanley type.
Tag him, and I would just have Psycho Sticks
Could you
stuck in my head.
imagine him just chewing out Peter? And Peter's just like, "I just want a hot dog, man. I was part of the X-Force. Come on."
I almost died.
Like twice.
That would be awesome. It would be awesome.
Sorry, I completely derailed that conversation.
No,
That's
we're good.
all right.
We're good. I think unless you want to try to finish up your list real quick, I think that's going to be all we got time for.
I'll run through my list real quick. So I picked Jason Momoa for Sabretooth.
That was mine as well.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I think he would fit it well. I picked Sophie Cookson for Jean Grey, and she was in the first Kingsman.
Okay.
Let me find it.
I could see it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
And I picked Cameron Monaghan for Pyro.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yep. I was gonna put him too, but
Yeah.
I had all this list already. I was like, I'm not gonna
I
add
think
Pyro.
he would be a very good pick for Pyro personally.
Yes.
And then I picked Caitlin Dever for Kitty Pryde. She was the youngest daughter from Last Man Standing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I can see that. I think that was one we had talked about as well too.
That's a good pick.
I got a small list from a friend of mine. He said Jack Quaid for Morph.
Jack Quaid.
Ooh. Dennis's son.
I was gonna say that's relative of Dennis. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. From The Boys.
I think he would actually do that character pretty well.
Yeah, I think so too.
So yeah.
Cool. I like
Absolutely.
it. Nice. Oh, what was it? Oh, hold on.
Especially if they bring in Jensen.
Yeah.
And we've seen Jack Quaid do well in a superhero setting with The Boys. Very different superhero setting. Albeit,
Very different.
but a superhero setting.
Yep. I really only had one last one. Because I think the only other one I had was hold on. the one I had for Mystique, I also said was good for Jubilee. But then for Warpath, an actor named Boo Boo Stewart.
He fits that character almost too well.
Yeah,
actually.
he was in Twilight, but I'm trying to remember if he was in something else.
If it's who I'm thinking of, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right, I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
I don't
just that
see him-
picture alone is like, okay, yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
He'd have to
I would
bulk
see
up
him
a
better
little bit,
for.
but yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I could see him playing Jack from The Darkness. Never mind. All right, I think that's gonna about wrap us up for this one. But if y'all been enjoying the conversation, share the podcast, share the episode with your friends and family. But till next time, we'll see y'all later.
Bye.